Not yet. I felt angry last night. I feel better this evening. It's my birthday! So, last night, after tea, my little sisters were both colouring in rainbows to stick in our front window. They're twins. Mum draws the lines in black, and they colour them in. They've done loads already. They've nearly run my felt tips out. They're not rubbish, cheap ones either. They're proper, like artists use. Dad says I've got to share 'em. So, kids, little kids have stolen the rainbow. Our rainbow. My rainbow. Oh, it wasn't even theirs to have. Stolen in plain sight. Robbed. It's been really winding me up. It's like in Wizard of Oz, but turned upside down. Not the flying monkeys, but the munchkins nicking things. And the great and powerful Oz just telling them, yeah, that's fine. Steal away. You can keep Toto, Dorothy, but hold on tight to your best stationery. Have you seen it? Wizard of Oz. You should. It's brilliant. Better than Rocket Man even. I know, it's a bit of a cliche, but I just loved it from the very first time. Mum borrowed it on DVD from the library when I was in year 2. I remember crying when it had to go back. Isma laughed at me for getting upset. Not in a mean way, just what older brothers do. That and fart on your head. I think he was about my age now when we watched it together. GCSE year. Oh yeah, he definitely was, because I remember Dad yelling at him, "You can't keep watching that baby film again. Revise. Exams don't pass themselves, you know." He doesn't live at home anymore, my brother. Stayed in Manchester after he did his finals. Got a good job. I miss him though. It's not a baby film anyway. Oh, this rainbow heist has really messed with my plan. I had a plan, and today was the day. 16 and all that. I got my good felt tips on Amazon. I won a £20 gift card in autumn term. I got my graphic felt tips. And this. I've been saving it for today. Wrapped it up and everything. It was a Christmas card design competition. School do it every year. I came second, so my design doesn't get made into a card. Only first place gets made into a card. I'm not even Christian, so fair enough. But a year late, did a robin on a branch. I know. Original. 30 quid they got. I'm not even being big-headed, but my design was better. Even Mr. Collins said I should have won. He's our art teacher. He brought it up again recently on our last day of school. Actually, my very last lesson before lockdown! He said he probably shouldn't say so, but that it didn't really matter because everything's at 6s and 7s. I'd not heard that before. Had to look it up. A state of complete disarray and confusion. Sounds about right. He told our whole GCSE class that it was a scandal and that I'd been robbed. The most exuberant and vibrant Crimbo card design the school might ever have had. More fool them. The next time a bloody Christmas robin wins, I'm resigning. Funny, hearing a teacher swear. He should watch it though, he's been in trouble before. I prefer you all to fail bravely and spectacularly than to succeed safely and without passion. Kushna Sullivan told her dad he said this, and it all got bent out of shape. Her dad just heard the word fail and complained about it to the head. Idiot. I know what Mr. Collins meant. Still, he refuses to do fruit and flowers and all that. Still life. I think he's supposed to, but he just won't. What lights your fuse? The world out there might be dull, but you're not. There's an opera of emotions going on in you lot. Paint what you feel. Experiment. Take some risks. And as I walked out of the art room back in March for the final time, Mr. Collins called after me. Travel your own path, Jamal, whatever colour cobbles it may be. And so I turned onto Kingsway, and I couldn't help but think about the yellow brick road. Is that what he was getting at? Did he know? Could he tell? So as I walked home, I thought about Dorothy. About that song. Even though it's not Technicolor at the start, it's still my favourite bit. The bit where she looks up at the black and white clouds and the sunlight is breaking through like some sort of promise. There's so many brilliant bits. I could talk you through it scene by scene if you like. I'll spare ya. Round here is more Kansas, then Emerald City. Grey. More crisp packets than Dust Bowl. If a cyclone whipped our house up into it, instead of chickens and cows, we'd be swirling around in Dorito bags and crushed monster cans. Oh, if I could only see out through all those stuck-on rainbows. Then I might have grown out of this. I've been growing loads lately. I was telling you about feeling angry. This morning it was my birthday. Well, still is, obviously. But this morning I got up early. I wanted to make the most of it. I was still feeling pretty knocked off about my felt tips, so I wanted to come on here and tell everybody. Not about the felt tips, but about, well, I'm 16, so I'm sort of my own person now. But before I switched this on, I stepped outside our front door. It was bright. Not quite Munchkin land, but lovely. I thought I'd sit out. So I went and got a cup of tea and came back outside, and it felt even brighter. Warm. And I sat down on our front doorstep. No one was about. Stillness. All I could hear were the birds singing, loud. It did proper feel like they were enjoying themselves. It made me smile. Changed my mood. I'd never paid that much attention before. Sky was clear too. Blue. And then I looked at Dad's front hedge. We don't really have a front garden, just a small hedge, but Dad takes such pride in it. It's always well trimmed. Too well, if you ask me. He hardly gives it a chance, and it hardly looks like a living thing. It's spirit level flat, and tight, and dense. But this morning, I noticed new growth. New life shooting up. It felt like if I'd sat there long enough and concentrated hard, I'd be able to see it actually growing. Leaves unfurling from buds. Unfurling. Upwards. Mum still measures us on the kitchen door frame. Black biro. Initials next to the mark. The twins are always the same height. Obviously. Dad doesn't really like it. Pen on paintwork. But he lets her do it because he loves her so much. Anyway, bonfire night last year. Samira shouted, "Look at 'em all! Shooting up!" The fireworks out the kitchen window. And that must have reminded Mum to measure us all. And Samira shouting, "Shooting up!" And we all had, especially me, shut up. I know, I'm too old for that sort of stuff really, but Mum says we'll just carry on till I got taller than Dad. My mum quite likes doing it too, I think. We're not a very cuddly family, but it means we get very close in those few seconds of measuring. I can smell her hair. It feels nice. I'm nearly there, taller than Dad. Not that Mum measures him. I think he doesn't want it proving, being outgrown. I sort of get it. But the leaves on our front hedge, they're shameless. Making a break for it! Exams don't pass themselves, Dad had said to Ismail, but mine sort of have. Funny that, innit? I think the teachers will be fair. I'm not that worried about art. It's a stupid thing to mark anyway. How can you measure what something makes you feel? And so I'm sitting on the front doorstep. Sun creeping over the chimney pots, and I look down at the windows. Pretty much in all the windows on the opposite side of the street, I can see rainbows, brightly drawn. Some neat, some not so neat, but all of them beautiful. I think about Ismail watching The Wizard of Oz with me way back when, and now he's working at North Manchester General. I'm worried, but proud. Yeah, really proud. I think about Mr. Collins and all the important stuff he's taught me. And then I thought about this. Rainbows in windows. I figured we can all share the colours. There's enough to go around. You can't copyright a rainbow. They're sort of everyone's. Happy birthday to me. So tonight, in exactly 20 minutes at 8 o'clock, I'm going to come out on the street with Mum, Shanna, Samira, and Dad too, and we're going to clap and cheer and bang our hands like we've done before, and we're going to think about Ismail and how amazing he is, and all the friends he works with too. And maybe, when it all settles and goes quiet, I'll have a sing. It's fine if no one listens. I'll just Enjoy singing. If happy little bluebirds fly beyond the rainbow, why, oh, why can't I?